Hey there, and welcome to the Explainer. Have you ever been staring at an equation that's just full of fractions and you're not sure where to even start? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to break down one single powerful technique that can turn those messy problems into simple algebra you already know how to handle. Let's dive in.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to look at why your go-to method, cross multiplication, sometimes just isn't enough. Then, I'm going to introduce you to a fantastic tool I like to call the fraction buster method. We'll see it in action, cover a couple of common traps to watch out for, and finally, we'll see just how powerful and universal this thing really is.
All right, so let's start with something you're probably familiar with, cross multiplication. It's great, right? When you have one fraction equal to another, it's a super quick way to solve it. But, algebra can get messy. What happens when the problem isn't so nice and tidy?
So check this out. We've got three terms here, three different fractions. You can't just cross multiply your way out of this one. It's just not set up for it. It feels like hitting a wall, right? This is where we need a bigger, better tool to break things down, and that's exactly what we're about to learn.
And here it is, the hero of our story. We're calling it the fraction buster method. Its official name is the LCD clearing method, and it is the absolute key to unlocking these trickier rational equations. It's all about using the least common denominator, or the LCD, in a really clever way.
The core idea here is actually surprisingly simple. You just find the least common denominator for all the fractions in your equation, and then you multiply the entire thing by it. The whole point is to wipe out every single fraction in one single move, turning a complicated mess into a straightforward problem.
Okay, so this breaks down into 5 simple steps. Think of it as your roadmap. First, find that LCD for all the denominators. Second, and this one is so important, you multiply every single term by that LCD. Third, you get to do the satisfying part, canceling out all the denominators. Fourth, just solve the nice clean equation that's left. And finally, always check your answer.
So you might be wondering, why does this actually work? Well, the logic is kind of beautiful in its simplicity. Think about it. If you take any fraction and multiply it by its own denominator, they just cancel out, leaving you with the numerator. Since the LCD, by definition, contains every denominator as a factor, multiplying by it is a guaranteed way to make every single fraction disappear.
All right, enough talk. Let's get our hands dirty and actually see this thing in action. We're going to walk through 3 different examples, starting easy and then ramping up the difficulty. This way, you can really get a feel for how it works and build some confidence.
Let's kick things off with a classic. We have x divided by 2 plus x divided by 3 equals 5. The good news here is that our denominators are just numbers, 2 and 3, which makes finding that LCD super easy.
So, what's the smallest number that both 2 and 3 go into? 6, right? That's our LCD. Now for the most important part, we multiply times every single piece of this equation by 6. That means the x over 2, the x over 3, and, this is the one people forget, the 5 on the other side of the equal sign.
And here is where the magic happens. For the first term, 6 divided by 2 is 3, so we have 3x. For the second, 6 divided by 3 is 2, so we have 2x. And on the right, 6 times 5 is 30. And boom! Just like that, the fractions are totally gone. We're left with 3x plus 2x equals 30. That's just 5x equals 30, which means x has to be 6. Simple.
All right, ready for level 2? Now what if we throw a variable, an x, down in the denominator? We've got 3 over x plus 1 over 2 equals 5 over x. The setup looks a little different, but believe me, the process is exactly the same.
So what's our LCD now? Well, we have an x and a 2 in our denominators. To find the LCD, we just need to include both parts. So our LCD is simply 2x. And just like we did before, we're going to multiply every term by 2x. Okay, let's watch those denominators disappear again. In that first term, the x's cancel, leaving 2 times 3, which is 6. In the middle, the 2's cancel, leaving us with just x. And on the right, the x's cancel again, leaving 2 times 5, which is 10. Look at that. Our equation is just 6 plus x equals 10. Subtract 6 from both sides, and we get our answer, x equals 4. Okay, you ready for the boss level? Now this one looks a little scary, I'll admit. We've got binomials down there in the denominators, but I promise you, our 5-step process is still going to get us through it. We just have to do one extra thing right at the beginning. Okay, here is the absolute #1 most important thing you have to do first on problems like this. Factor every denominator you can.
See that x squared minus 1? That's a classic difference of squares. It factors into x plus 1 times x minus 1. And would you look at that? Those are our other two denominators. So our LCD is just x plus 1 times x minus 1.
So we take that whole big LCD and we multiply it by every piece of the equation. In the first term, the x plus 1 parts cancel, leaving us with 2 times x minus 1. In the second term, the x minus 1 parts cancel, leaving us with minus 1 times x plus 1. And on the right side, the whole thing cancels out, leaving us with just a 1. That messy equation is now totally fraction-free.
From here on out, it's just about being careful with our algebra. We distribute the 2, so we get 2x minus 2. Then we distribute the negative 1, so we get minus x and minus 1. We combine our terms, and that leaves us with x minus 3 equals 1. Add 3 to both sides, and there's our solution, x equals 4.
Okay, you've totally got the method down. Now let's talk about how to avoid the little traps that can trip you up. Think of these as pro tips to help you sidestep the 2 most common mistakes people make.
All right, the first mistake, and I've seen it a million times, is forgetting a term. It is so easy to focus on multiplying the fractions by the LCD and just completely forget about the whole number on the other side. Remember, to keep an equation balanced, whatever you do to one part, you have to do to all of it. Mistake number 2 is that dreaded negative sign error. Look back at our last example. When you have that minus sign sitting in front of a fraction, it's like a little landmine. You have to remember to distribute that negative to both terms inside the parentheses, so it becomes negative x and negative 1. Getting that sign wrong will throw off your whole answer, so be careful.
So let's bring this all home. We've called this a powerful tool, and that's no exaggeration. This LCD clearing method isn't just a trick for one specific type of problem. It's basically a universal key for solving any rational equation that comes your way.
And hey, this isn't just some abstract thing you do in algebra class. It pops up in real-world problems all the time. You know those classic word problems, like 2 pumps filling a pool? How would you solve this one? You'd set up the equation 1 over 4 plus 1 over 6 equals 1 over t. And the way you'd solve that is by using this exact method.
So there you have it. You've seen the tricky problems, you've got the tool, and you know the steps to follow. The next time you're faced with an equation that looks like a mess of fractions, you don't have to feel stuck. You have the key. You know exactly how to transform that complicated problem into something simple you can solve. Thanks for joining us.